Alright, we're going to be looking at multiplying two trinomials using the box method. This is for Advanced Algebra Unit 2. Okay, here's our example. Two trinomials. Alright, we're going to multiply them together. Now, normally you do this loopy thing with arrows, but that can get really messy. Alright, so we're going to use what they call the box method, which is kind of silly because really it's a square and it's a grid. Okay, now we're going to start on the upper left hand corner, and I'm just going to put a smiley face there because guess what? We don't put anything there. Alright, so don't put any math there at all. Alright, so I'm going to start with my first trinomial and I'm going to put it down the column. In other words, I'm going to go 3x squared, and then I'm going to go minus 5x, and then plus positive 1. See how I wrote that in there? Now the second trinomial we're going to put across the top. We're going to go x squared, and then notice negative 3x, and then finally negative 2. Alright, now normally wouldn't we take the first term and multiply it by everything in the second term? We're going to do that. We're going to take 3x squared and we're going to multiply it by x squared. So we get 3x to the fourth. We're going to now multiply 3x squared by negative 3x. What does that give us? Negative 9x to the third. Finally, I'm going to multiply 3x squared by negative 2. And that gives us a negative 6x squared. Alright, that would be what you were doing if you were doing the arrows and everything. Alright, now we're done with the first term in the first polynomial. Okay, now we're going to go to the second term in the first polynomial. So I'm going to use negative 5x. And what am I going to multiply it by? X squared. So what do I get? Negative 5x to the third. Do you see the pattern? This is just a graphic organizer. Now I'm going to go negative 5x times negative 3x. A negative times a negative is a positive. 3 times 5 is 15. X times x is x squared. Alright. Now again, I'm going to have to go negative times a negative is a positive. 5 times 2 is 10. And x, there's no other there, so it's just x. Alright, finally, hey, I got 1. Oh, this is going to be really easy. But again, I'm now multiplying that last term using this concept of distributive property, and I'm multiplying it over the second polynomial. So what do I get? X squared, negative 3x, negative 2. Alright, again, this is just a way to organize your work. Alright, there's no magic to this. Now, how do I add all this gobbledygook up? Well, this is kind of cool. We're going to go on the diagonals in the green part, and I'm going to start again in the upper left. Notice I have 3x to the fourth. Well, that's the greatest power, so that's my leading term. So I'm going to just write it down. Now watch here. We're going on the diagonal. Let's move down. Bam! Alright, see how I did that? Notice they're both x to the third. Cool. I'm going to add those together. A negative and a negative is going to give me negative 14x to the third. Now notice I have 3 terms to add together. I've got x squared, and I got 15x squared. That should give me 16x squared, but I'm subtracting 6x squared, aren't I? Bam, 10x squared. Oh, that was sweet. Let's go again, diagonals, only adding 2 things together, aren't I? You're right, 7x. Nice. And little old 2 down there in the corner, just write it down. We're done, guys. Again, there's no whiz-bang different math. There's no math to this at all. It's just simply a graphic organizer. Bye, guys.